Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Agito Live video and another Azur Lane account review. This time we're going to be looking at the thedarklort's account. He has been playing the game for... you never told me how long you were playing the game for. Generally pretty old. Been playing actively since the last year, shortly before Musashi though. Okay, cool. Awesome. Fantastic. We are on his account today to review it and look over his Operation Siren fleets and some other shenanigans and some other important Vanguard ships to level. All right. Cool. Cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. So, first, we open up with Hakuryu's new skin. It's a good skin. She doesn't stop talking, but it's a good skin. It's a good skin. Very, very good skin. I like the skin a lot. I have it on my main account. It's very, very good. Let's see here. Azur and the Shimikaze Bunny Girl skin. Meh. And Hindenburg. And then New Jersey swimsuit skin. Awesome. Secrets. Someone got some secrets. Okay. Azur, my mommy, but Hindenburg, my wife. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure, why not? Sure. Okay. Let's see. 74% collection on the dot. I don't think I've ever seen anybody with an exact number outside of 100%. Most people have something, something, point something, right? Something, something, point something. Even his fleet power is 74.99. His commissions are 74. Yo. Illuminati? 74, 74, 74? I don't know, that seems kind of sus. I don't know why, but it just seems kind of sus. Maybe it's intentional. It could be intentional. It could actually be intentional. Okay. But all your secretary slots opened up. You're working on Shimikaze right now. You just got Shimikaze, I believe. And you missed Shinano 2 times. Yeah, we were just talking about that fact that thedarklort missed Shinano twice. Wasn't playing during the first run, started playing again right after her rerun. Right after her rerun. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. 80 pulls on the spot for Shimikaze. Awesome. See, here, this skin looks great. Like, in just the portrait, that skin is perfect. When it's also, the chibi for the skin is also perfect. But blown up, it's terrible. If I do get it, which I probably will eventually, I'm just going to have to zoom it in. All right. Let's see what our oaths are here. I'm already seeing something that, while this is not a roast, just need to move the camera up. It's true. I wish the viewer could have the skin. I agree. It's not a roast. I kind of have a problem. I have a problem with this, buddy. I'm just gonna say, I just have to say, you know, I mean, you do you. She's your ship girl, but damn, if there was a quick way to immediately make everybody just not like you, this was it. That's just unfortunate. Nothing against her. I mean, the naming convention says otherwise. Anyways, Bubble Butt Bunny. You know what? I feel like that is the most apt name for New Jersey I think I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the most apt name for New Jersey I think I've ever seen. Bubble Butt Bunny Girl. It's true. It's true. Alright, we gotta fight now. I'm sorry. This account review just turned into a whole ass account roast. You did not just name Yorktown 2 Shittown 2. You must be capping right now. You must be kidding me right now. This has got to go. This needs to change. This right here needs to... I feel physically assaulted right now. All right? Yorktown is my first waifu ever. Okay? Rename her right now. So I'm going to do it then. I'm going to rename her right now. I'm going to rename her right now. Best Town 2. There you go. Best Town 2. There you go. Because that I cannot stand. I cannot stand. Nope. Nope. Couldn't take that. Helena? Okay, whatever. It's your ship. You do what you want. Yorktown 2? I'm going to have to fight you. I just have to fight you IRL now. We're just going to have to fight now. So. But that's okay. Okay, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'll take it back. I'm going to take it back down. We're going to bring it back. It's back to being an account review. Hopefully there's nothing else that's going to make me lose my mind. Okay? Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Floof Cannon. Okay, we're getting into more normal names now. This is okay. We'll take this. Because it's true. We'll take that. Account ruined. You can never recover from this. True. I will always remember that that was the case. I will have screenshots of that. It's gonna be in the thumbnail somehow. Okay, that's like, okay. Now we're getting out and we're degen names, okay. Better Mark. That's a good name actually. Better Mark. Bismarck. Better Mark. We're moving on from that one. Bro. These names. These names. These names. I don't know what to say, but these names. These names are, You know what? Another ship with probably the most apt name I've ever seen on them. Another ship with probably the most apt name I've ever seen. Dom wife? Bro. Hakuryu is the most subby sub ever. What do you mean? Dom wife? No. Hakuryu's a switch? No. She is not a switch. She is so fake when it comes to her dominess. There is no dommy in there. She is not. She's way too easily triggered. As long as she has her sword. Yeah, I guess that's true. Take her knife, she's the most bottom of bottoms. Yeah, she is like extra bottom. That's funny. But still, not a bad name, I guess. It's a good name. It's a good name. It's apt. Makes sense. Okay, well. USS Burb. I named her before I knew the bottom side of her. I feel like that is quote-worthy. Every waifu can be a bottom, fair enough. Arc Lolicon? I mean, you're not wrong, so let's move on. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop going through these individually like this. I'm just gonna keep going on. Cool. Better sister? I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, everybody's entitled to their wrong opinions, but you're entitled to your opinion. So I will let you have your opinion on this. Clebro. Yep. 2018. Yep. Worse Plymouth? What? None of her mechanics, not a single part of her kit, has anything to do with Plymouth. Like none. None whatsoever. They are entirely different ships. What? Worse Plymouth? Worse Plymouth? Terrible. Plymouth is just a better design. Wow. Wow. I thought I had hot takes. KMS Wifeberg? Okay. Bro! Actually, this is a perfectly apt name. Never mind. Take it back. Totally apt name. Someone who understands. Someone who understands. It's actually totally apt name. She is about it. She is about as sub as they get. Because she's a brat. Anyways, that's all your oaths. Thankfully we made Yorktown 2 better. Because that was just not gonna stand, like, at all. Was never gonna stand for that. Yo. Not 125, but at least you have a skin. You have a shit gun on her, but at least you have a skin. At least she's, like, more or less max level. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take the consolation prize here. Ticonderoga swimsuit. Wait, when did this skin come out? Hold up. When did this skin come out? What? Yo, when did I miss this skin? Oh, shit. MK0, thank you very much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the Prime crew. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And if you have a Prime and you haven't given it to anybody else, feel free to come on over here. And if you're on the YouTube side, feel free to come on over to Twitch, sub, or follow, or something along those lines. So, I think that was released with Town 2. Was it BIS 2 event? I just missed this. I straight up missed it. This skin is freaking great. What? Her bunny skin's better. Nah, I disagree. Hard to disagree. Her bunny skin is not as good. Her bunny skin's kind of trash. Her bunny skin's trash. Like Rose bunny skin is trash. Lagunier, Taiho, and Roseburg Smoke since flew under the radar. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't even remember that one. Damn. Slowly becoming too old to remember. What do you mean slowly? Ain't nothing slow about it. I only bought the Marie Rose skin because you can throw a rock at her boob. I don't know how I feel about that statement, my guy. I don't like between the naming that you've chosen for your characters and the reasons why you may have bought a skin. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about that. It's the same reason I don't like the same reason I don't like the Boise skin is because one of the animations is to throw a pool ball at her boobs. That shit would hurt. That's not good. Skins should not be encouraging these things. Period. Okay? These are not good. Those are not good reasons to have these skins. Okay? That's terrible. That's called assault, people. All right? That's not okay. It's not okay. Not okay. It's not a good thing. This is not a reason to buy a skin. Oh, I can throw a rock at a woman's boobs? No, that's not good. It's not good. I can throw a pool ball? No, that's not good. That's not good at all. You shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that at all. There shouldn't be a reason why you buy a skin. I just wouldn't do that. It's terrible. It was a selling point. It was the selling point? That's not good. It's not good. That's not a good selling point. That's not the reason it should have caught you. I'm just saying. You may want to, recollect your thoughts there. He just throws a nuclear warhead at her. Yeah, let's not. Okay, cool. Stoning was a thing in the past, and some people are into this stuff. Just saying. Yeah. Okay. So there is a difference. Okay. There's a difference between certain fetishes and assaults, okay? So no, stop it. Yeah, the selling point should be the Mary Rose outfit, yes. Yes, people are still stoned these days. Yes, I understand that. Maybe the pull ball is actually bouncy. No. 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 Let's not. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Before I get into too many details about the facets of these different fetishes that you guys are barely touching on. Because this is a wholesome video about Azur Lane for YouTube, so let's not go there. Anyways, not a lot of ships actually leveled though. Like, from here up, really. Which isn't much. Most of them are in fleets. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at your depot. Interesting. Someone was on their way to being a Cleveland-only enjoyer until they got Azur. Lost his faith. He lost his faith. You hate to see it. He turned to the Church of Azur. He turned away from the Cleve Bros to the Church of Azur. He lost his way of life, yes. Unfortunate, but not surprising. Because, let's be honest, Azur is superior to Cleveland. So, it's not surprising. It's not surprising. He found the light. In truth. In truth, he found the light. Decent amount of cog chips, which is not surprising considering, well, you do have a decent amount of 120s, but not a lot. So, a lot of cognitive arrays, which makes sense because you don't have a lot of 125s. Okay. Low on the gold prints, I feel. Okay. 333 cubes. Okay. Okay. By the way, here's that 74 again. Here's that 74 again. I'll throw it out there. Another 74. I'm kind of looking for it now. 74 and a lot of numbers. Miniatures, medals of honor, more anniversary gifts. Good amount of food. Okay. Huh. Nothing crazy in here. Other than this change up here. Interesting. One with ring in the wings. Cool. Let's look at gear. Let's see. 3 Georgia guns, 1 New Jersey gun, 3 Wyverns, 1 of the Plymouth gun, 1 Tenrai, obviously 1 copy of the Unzen gun, 1 Quint Rainbow, combat kicks, lots of steam catapults at plus 13, but no plus 11s. Yes, yes, finally, I'm on an account that has plus 13 gear and doesn't have random plus 11s and plus 12s. Yes. Please let it stay that way. Please let it stay that way. Please let it stay this way. Please let it stay that way. Bottom left. No, don't you do this to me. No! Random 11. Never mind. 12s, 12s, 12. I take back what I said. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. Oh well, moving on. Why not love both Cleve and Azur? Because flat is not justice for me. And thus the dream chatters, yep. I don't have the second part I need for plus 13. Let's see. Welcome back, Kunzu. How's the review going? It's going alright. It's going alright. 10. Okay. 13s. Okay. It's because you've leveled a lot of 13, so it makes sense. Makes sense. I feel like you're just wasting prints by getting that 13. 11. Why is this on New Jersey? Why is this not on a front? Why is this on New Jersey? This is such a waste. It's such a waste going on New Jersey. It should be on someone else. Such a waste. One of these should be on New Jersey. It'd be better. Yeah. Waste. Kind of a waste. Okay. None of the extra gears are leveled up. They're all pretty good gear, too. Some of this gear is, like, really good. Like this piece, HP and speed. This piece, evasion. This piece, firepower. This one's firepower, too. Yeah, firepower and evasion. All good pieces. I would level some. I think this book is pretty good, too. Yeah, firepower. Firepower and hit. Evasion, evasion. Aviation. Torpedo. Good stuff. I can definitely feel it. I can see it. Okay. Not bad in the gear. Not bad in the gear department. You're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Let's look at craft. You can make a shit ton more of these. That's good. You can make a shit ton more of these. That's good. That's good. That's good. More Yoses. This is a really good gun. This is a good gun. Okay, you're definitely stacking up on the gear. I see it. I see it. It's good. It's good. No extra food. 6 spaces, but several of them are at the cap, so you should probably take them out of here and put new ships in here, because you have 5 ships in here not gaining experience, like at all. So you may want to fix that. And then farm ships saving oil. Yeah, I think that's what this is. This is all farming ships for saving oil. Interesting. Look at your oil, though. It's true. It's true. Your oil is quite low. Oil is quite low. And you have no mail. Bro, you've been grinding. You have been hitting the grind. Like hard. Like real hard. All right, let's go over to your lab. Let's look at your research. What are you researching right now? Good. Good. You love to see it. All Kearsarge across the board. All DR prints across the board. That is Zam. Zam. That's so good. Lucky. Also had it with A-Gear. I've had this a couple of times before. I think I had it once with Plymouth. I definitely had it with Shimanto. That's why I finished her so fast. So this is gold. I guess it depends on if you're finished with the other ones too. Are you finished with the other ones? PR6? Oh, that's why. That's why. Wait a minute. Hold on. That's why. He's finished with the other ones. That's why he's getting just Kearsarges. Never mind. It's nice to have, but you didn't get it when it was like random. It's just, it happens because Kearsarge is the only face you can get from PR6 at the moment. So. That's good. That's very good. There is a strategy to that, by the way, for anybody who's curious, is you do not finish the dev levels of these ships. That way, only they will show up. If I remember correctly. Because if you don't actually take them to 30, it'll still have them show up more often. If I remember correctly. They might have changed that. But, like, in my opinion, it's not worth it to do it for the regular ones because you'll get their points eventually. If not them, you'll get them through the BP exchange, so I wouldn't worry about it so much. But for the DRs, you definitely want to do it. So, yeah. So you're working on Brest currently. Okay. Working on Brest currently and haven't unlocked Harbin or Chaklov yet. Almost finished with Fate Sim over here. And you're still getting your Plymouth done. Okay. PR2 is not complete. You have not finished Kitakaze. Okay. Okay. Haven't finished Kitakaze. You only had Rune last year. Okay. And you don't have my girl St. Louis, but that's okay. You did have a Monarch. You did have a skin on her. She has Fate Sim 5, so I'll let it pass. Let it pass. Still unlocking Neptune and still unlocking Ibuki. Looks good. Looks good. PR3 was done. PR2 was, yes. And then PR4 and PR5. What about PR4? PR4, no Marco Polo. Unfortunate. It's okay. She's good, but she's not necessary. Obviously, you already have Subwife here, so. And then you don't have enough for their Fate Sims if they ever come out. Still good, though. Looking good. Looks good. Looks real good. Looking real good, Dark Lord. All right. Let's look at your world progression. World 13. Huh. I see no point in grinding out to 15 at the moment, other than the 3 ships I get. Fair enough. I mean, honestly, other than the difficulty of it, and for collection purposes, obviously, there's really no reason to. You can always do it later. Even the gems are like whatever, honestly. It's like 500 gems. It's like $5. All right, let's look at your Operation Siren. I'm sensing some slack. Overview. Okay. We're going to have V7 offensive adaptability. You've got a bunch of strongholds to get through. Hold on a minute. What do you got going on here? Siren coordinates. No questions, no dailies done. How many dailies are sitting here? How long has it been since you logged into your daily? Okay, you are doing your dailies every day. Otherwise, they would stack up. Exchange shop. You did buy the oil logger. You did buy the oil logger, and yet you're still kind of slacking out here, so I would get on that. Then again, you clearly play a lot, I think, because you have a lot of plus 13 gear, so you must actually play a decent amount of Operation Siren, I would say. What's your shop looking like? So now we can actually look at the shop and see how far you've progressed. Mostly I let it run at the end of 2 days. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because that's basically the best way to just use your AP boxes and just go, or throw some oil at it and just go. And let's see how you go from there. So, okay. You wanted me to recommend any new Vanguard ships to level. Let's see what you have. What's in your favorites? Okay, anything I recommend, I'm going to put in your favorite. You can take it out of there later, if it even matters. Plus, you're already, and any ship you're already working on, I'm not going to worry about. So, I'm going to go this category by category. Let's go with ultra rares. If there's any ultra rares that you're not leveling, I mean, you might as well try and level them. Honestly, you don't have to worry about Drake. You're leveling up Shimakaze. I mean, you could level up Drake. She is useful, but she pales in comparison to pretty much almost every other UR in the game. Like, Warspite and Drake just kind of fall flat. And in the case of Warspite, she actually is flat. So, you know, it's just like a double negative. It's terrible. By today's standards, neither of them are that good. It's actually kind of crazy how good San Diego still is. It's actually kind of crazy how good San Diego actually still is. Alright, in the super rare category, Kalakaza is actually a good choice. I'm actually starting to level her up myself. Leveling her Felix. I don't really know much about Versailles. I don't know if she's any good, really. Sandy got a massive resurgence in World 15, yeah. Yeah, being the first you are, she can carry you so far in World 12, 13, and even 15. She is relevant. Absolutely. 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 World 13 hard mode. Yep. Oh, breast farm. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. You got Kazugumo. Cheshire's always like, Cheshire can be a generally good choice. Getting Otto up there is also not bad. Otto is actually really strong. She's actually a very strong destroyer. I'm actually glad I ended up getting her. She's actually very, very strong. Very strong. Wouldn't mind I'm not working on that. God damn it. I do this to myself, it's fine. After that, do you have Ruined Muse can be pretty useful in a lot of content with her. I think it's slow and damage. Yeah, slow and damage increase. Increase the damage taken by 10% for 6 seconds on all enemies hit, and only if one enemy is hit, reduce their speed to 0. Be very useful. Very useful. Scylla? Yes, actually, yes. She is actually also another... She's actually really good. She's been really good in World 15 for a lot of people I've been hearing. So Scylla's an option. Obviously, the other DDG is a good option. Scylla and Sirius are planned. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Ruin Muse. Do you already have a Sirius leveled up? You don't have a Sirius leveled up. But her skills are max, so put her in the favorites so you don't lose track of her if you get another Sirius. The worst thing you can do is level up the skills on one character and then end up selecting your other character accidentally for leveling purposes. San Francisco's. Do you have a San Francisco already leveled? No, it looks like you do not. So San Francisco is actually a very strong frontline ship. I'll put one in your favorites. Very strong frontline Vanguard ship. She would actually probably be pretty useful later on as well. Noshiro can be good. Yes. Chikuma. So Chikuma is super underrated for carrier fleets. In particular, your IGN carrier fleets, obviously. The speed decrease and the carrier damage increase is actually really good, and she's also surprisingly tanky. Don't count out Chikuma. She's actually quite good. Yep, you have a Duca down here, super good for PvP and PvE, but mostly PvP. Bro, level up your Helena meta. Level this ship. Level this shit. I would have a good IGN carry fleet, but I don't have Shinano. True. Level this up. Jutsu meta, also really strong. Especially for PvP. Really strong. Level her up. Rika. Super. So, Rika is super good for getting... Super good for getting hard mode, like, stat options when you want to use less ships. So, something to consider is definitely Rika. For sure. Helena meta is my dossier at the moment? Okay. She's definitely worth leveling. She's very good. So, wait, you have a Maria Rose? I mean, Maria Rose is really good. She's a really good destroyer. So, he has the pieces for Rika. Even if you don't have the pieces for Rika, she's really good because. So here's the thing. If you want to use, if you just want a ship that like has all of the pieces, right? Like just has. Like, say you need, like, a bajillion torpedo. Just, unless you need, like, a bajillion torpedo, you can just stack, like, 4 of these on her, and then you can use whatever other ships you want in the other categories. That's where she gets her most use, in my opinion, is the fact that she can help you hit stat requirements for different hard modes when you don't want to use as many ships to get that instead. Instead, she can just blast through a requirement, especially when it comes to, like, frontline anti-air, torpedo, evasion, etc. She can basically just bring that stat to the fight. Just going back through real quick. See if I see anybody. Yeah, Seattle is very good. Kind of sad that you don't have her skills level. You should definitely level her. She's a priority ship, so she already does good against siren stuff, so it's always good to have siren ships. Like, on principle, most of the priority ships are actually pretty good because they have the extra damage against sirens. Alright. Elites. Are there any elites worth leveling on your account here? You already leveled up Ham 2? Good idea. Ham 2 is good. I see you leveled up Crescent. I have no idea if she's good or not, though. Columbia, Boise. Down here. Okay. This is just a personal pick of mine. You don't have to level her. She's really good. She's an air radar. She gives damage reduction, damage bonus, CV bonus. She's super underrated in my opinion. Stephen Potter is fantastic. Okay, so if you ever level up Harbin and you ever use the DDGs or any of those other ships, Yat-Sen, especially through her retrofit, is an amazingly strong ship. She is super tanky. She has a ridiculously high anti-air. She gets double main. She has triple main gun. She is fantastic. You should definitely use her. Plus, she's hot. She's like one of the hottest characters in the game. IMO. You have Ting on. Oh, the one ship I was missing from my 100% collection. Yeah, it's setting good for World 14, possibly because she's just good stats. She's super tanky and she has good anti-air. I'm stuck at 14.3 because of subs. You could definitely run her with Harbin and probably get around that pretty easily in World 14 for sure, especially if you have Harbin, another one of the hottest characters in the game. Add a DDG. Yeah, add it. Yeah, there you go. Run Yat-Sen, Harbin, and a DDG. You'll clear World 14. Oh yeah. I've heard in PvP Fortune meta is a thing. I haven't seen it much, but I've heard like in a PvP scenario she can be pretty good. So something to consider. Plus hot. So I will add the favorite, but this is another one. I'm like, we're at elites now, so it's like whatever, you know. Definitely no commons. Okay, so yeah, those are the new Vanguard ships that I would recommend, basically, if you're gonna level and use. That's the way I would do it. I think priority-wise would be, you know, ships like Sirius, ships like Jinsu Meta, Helena Meta, Rune Muse, ships that basically give a bunch of bonuses to stronger ships. Chakuma, Stephen Potter. Scylla is really good for anti-air in the later worlds, if you care about that, realistically. And then Yatsen is just very, very strong. Your upside fleets. You've been having difficulties with arbiters. Okay. Well, let's look at these fleets. Let's see what you have here. Also, your mob fleet is your second fleet. So this is a battleship boss fleet. Okay, right off the back, your Helena is not geared correctly for battleships. If you're gonna use her with your battleships, she needs to be better timed. Yeah. 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 Because they will fire a lot faster than Helena's proc. So you need to put that's the first thing. If you're going to use her in this fleet, you need to put a radar on her instead of this. You need to put one of these on her instead. So that she will fire it every 15 seconds, 16 seconds? 16 seconds. That way you have 3 seconds, you have basically 10 seconds of the buff where these guys will all fire off, basically. Especially because New Jersey has such high reload. Helena procs right when DOI fires? Okay, I have to see this fleet in action then, because that should not be correct. The firearms are still alright-ish? I guess. I don't know, I feel like you're missing windows of damage there. But I could be wrong. DOI is not even fully geared, that's true. Let's fix that real quick. I didn't see you using Price Limited for that. Yeah, he's using this on this. He's not using it here. But you got to remember that this number, right, is not taking into account. Where is it? It's not taking into account this or this yet, right? So more than likely New Jersey will be firing before Helena will proc. Right? More than likely she'll be firing. I will test it because I don't think that's correct. Okay, no, the timing is correct because it did proc and then they immediately fired right after, so that is a good proc rate. Never mind, I take it back. I take it back. I think the other thing, the reason this timing works so well is because again you're also using the IGN guns for that slower fire or hard hitting slower fire instead of like, well, the Champagne gun would also work, but instead of the Georgia guns, right? So which would fire faster. So that does make a lot of sense. Yeah, so I have multiple UR gears and other gears. Yeah, I'm not at that point so far. Yeah, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to Kunzu. He's got so much stuff on his account. Don't listen to him. It's fine. You're fine. Okay, so the fleet timing there is just fine. Good to know. With that said, then this fleet is totally fine. You've got survivability for your front line. You've got your battleships all set up perfectly timed with that. You've got Plymouth here to give more damage to Musashi. You've got Musashi in the middle, and you've got her on a plus 13 gun, IGN gun. All perfectly fine. And as for your carrier fleet, well, you're using three of the strongest carriers in the game already. Really nothing to change there. You could use Yorktown too to buff Enti. Over Hakuryu, perhaps, maybe, but I don't think it would actually be worth it. However, if you did, remember that New Jersey would buff both her and Enterprise. So you could probably take either Indomitable or Hakuryu out for her, perhaps. Especially for like light armor stuff. Well, that's the thing. You could set up 2 CV fleets or 2, like that's usually what happens. People usually set up 2 battleship fleets or 2 CV fleets based on like the armor typing that you're wanting to go against or whatever. And if you just want general use, then I wouldn't put her in at all. And that's really all there is. That's like the only real change that I would say. As far as frontline, yeah, I mean, Reggie's fine there. Like, the thing is, like, you just don't have a tank there, but I guess it might not really matter. You have enough anti-air to keep other ships from getting to the back, but you may not have enough guns, yeah, to destroy suicide boats for the carriers, because there are suicide boats and things that go past you that are not carriers, which are not planes. So if they reveal the back line, then it's not going to matter how much anti-air you have, because you don't have enough guns in the front to keep them safe as well. Which is usually why you have like a torpedo-ish fleet in the front line in front of your carriers, as I usually do. Or a line that can like destroy the enemy from getting back there. Because especially like on World 14 as an example, there are the bigger ships that just kind of move to the back line, or submarines that just move to the back line. And so you need ASW or high firepower or high gunfire, high rate of fire, or lots of torpedoes in the front line, right? That's usually how you counteract that. Which is why I say ships like Yatsen and Seattle and stuff like that are actually good, because they have all the extra guns, and fast firing destroyers are actually good, like auto, with lots of barrages. Lots of ships that have barrages, like multi, angled, lots of firing. Barrages works as well. So yeah, there's really nothing to change, honestly, other than having your mob fleet in the correct fleet slot. But hey, that's fine. Some people are heathen. So yeah, I honestly either find a replacement tank, kind of tanky, high surface damage dealing character for Reggie. You could keep Seattle. You can keep San Diego, no problem. Only thing you really change here would be add Yorktown 2 for against light armor, and if you just want to buff Enterprise more on top of the New Jersey buff. You could also, if I was you were really to change this up, because I don't think you have her. I didn't see her. Yeah, you don't have independence. I would get independence out of the core data shop, level her up, and that way you can run a Eagle Union carrier fleet to get all the extra buffs, basically. For all the extra synergy, more or less. Or just keep doing this, because honestly it's really not that bad. So, and this mob fleet is fine too. Because I know you were talking about your Arbiter doesn't do anything significant damage except fleet 1. Basically at that point you're looking for synergies. Cats, frankly, let's look at this. Basically, the best way to think about cats is look at what their skill is. This cat buffs battleships. You want only battleship stuff here, preferably firepower stuff. And if you don't get that, either re-roll it or get a better one. Like this one. This one's a little bit better. Yeah. Like this one, etc. Or this one for your Iron Blood ships. Cats are kind of straightforward. The problem is they are a gold sink. So unless you have nothing else to do, you really shouldn't even worry about your cats until everything else is sort of squared away, right? So you've leveled all the things and limited broke all the things. And then you can kind of start worrying about cats, especially if you farm a lot of gold. But as we have already talked about already, your oil amount is quite low. So let's not worry about it. Yeah, a lot of ways to get damage out of your fleets is synergies. Right? You just need a lot of synergies. You need high damage frontline ships and synergistic backline ships. So your fleet compositions end up, being usually factional based. right? You go back to the Operation Siren. Usually your fleets end up being faction oriented when it comes to like carriers. Carriers in particular usually do better when they are within their own faction, right? There are some exceptions to this, obviously, but usually within your own faction, you're getting a lot of buffs. So as an example, the best example I can give right now, actually, we'll go back to Operation Siren real quick. If you were to change your mob fleet to, let's do this, something like this. Let's pretend that, hold on a second. Let's pretend that Saratoga is independence, okay? Let's pretend that Saratoga is independence, right? If you were to do something like this, and then this, and actually put Saratoga over here, actually, honestly. Okay, so instead, let's pretend Hornet is independence. Let's pretend Long Island. Long Island is independence in this scenario, right? So, New Jersey buffs all these carriers, right? She gives them 15% CV. Yeah, 15% aviation, right? She buffs all of them, right? Yorktown 2 will buff Enterprise. She won't buff Saratoga, I think, because I think Saratoga is a Saratoga class and not a Yorktown 2 class. Shit. However, you could put Essex or even Hornet 2 here, and it would buff them. Yeah, Hornet 2. Let's put Hornet 2. You could buff Hornet 2. Yorktown 2 will buff both of them, including herself, obviously. And then Independence will also buff all of them. Right? So that's something, that's what I mean by synergies. You already have Kazugumo up here, so she's also buffing this backline. So that's 15 aviation here. Reload and aviation from there. More damage percent from here. You are stacking the damage percents and aviation buffs from all of this. Right? That kind of thing, effectively, is what you're looking for when you're trying to synergize your fleets, is you're getting all the buffs you possibly can on those other fleets. You don't have, I didn't see if you had her. I don't think you do. I don't think you have any of the Northern Parliament ships. You do not have Kronk, so you can't really do that for the battleship fleets either. Would Kearsarge fit well into the Eagle Union fleet? Yes and no. So she would benefit from none of the buffs, unfortunately. That's the thing. Because Kazugumo's buff only buffs CVs and CVLs. Independence buff only buffs CVs and CVLs. New Jersey's cross fleet buff only buffs CVs and CVLs. So, no, Kearsarge would not actually work in a carrier fleet of Eagle ships, because she's not going to receive any of the buffs from all the carrier buffing ships. She receives none of those buffs, which is unfortunate. It's super unfortunate. I wish she received buffs from both battleship buffs and CV buffs. Unfortunately, that would probably make her a little overpowered, but it would be nice. She benefits from Yorktown 2's AA buff. Whoop-de-doo. That's really not that important. She's an Eagle Union ship. She already has a massive amount of anti-air. You don't really need more. You know what I mean? Like, that's like an inconsequential buff. It's a buff, but it's still an inconsequential buff. It might matter a little bit in World 15. It might matter a little bit in World 13. But in the long run, that's not the synergies you're looking for. You're looking for damage buffs, not necessarily survivability buffs. Because if you kill the target, more than likely, they're not going to do any damage to you. You know what I mean? If you kill them fast enough, they won't kill you. But that's why you need the synergies. And generally, most ships have enough survivability in them from healing and other defensive mechanics, rather than just a small AA buff. You know what I mean? Especially when you're looking at a ship like Kearsarge. With those like synergies in mind, Plymouth and all of that for like buffing battleships, there's only like really 2-3 ways to buff battleships these days, right? You either lower the target's evasion rate, you get a damage percent buff like Plymouth or Vanguard or Yorktown 2, or you get the Helena buff, right? That's usually the only real ways to like buff your battleships. I don't think there's really many others. There's those 3 ways. I mean, she has a skill that's contingent on the enemy having an AA buff. That's right. Does she lower the enemy's A? Is that what it is? Yeah, decreasing the enemy's anti-air by 6%. Yeah, so technically that is a 6% damage buff for all of your aviation damage. So yes, that is a slight buff for Kearsarge, but that's like the only one that she benefits from. So lower A and the Horny Nun is killing the evasion. Yes, Horny Nun also kills the evasion. Yes, but that's all for your carriers. Again, like I said, the fleet you had is fine synergistically. The only buff that they are benefiting from as a whole, though, is Kazugumo's buff, and then the different because the original fleet that you had here, the only buff that this fleet is benefiting from is Kazugumo's buff at the moment, right? Enterprise is buffed by New Jersey. Does she buff all of the fleet in there, or just increases the aviation by 15% for your Eagle Union? Yeah, only Eagle Union. So right now, instead of having the synergistic buffs of the 20% from Kazugumo, the 15% from, and the 15% from New Jersey, you're only getting the Kazugumo buff on everybody. You're only getting the Enterprise. You're only getting the New Jersey buff on Enterprise. You are getting the evasion down from Indomitable, but Hakuryu is not really doing anything. You could be getting the AA down, which is a damage buff from, and the damage buff from Yorktown 2, right? You throw Yorktown 2 in here. She leave real quickly. Increases the firepower of that main fleet's Eagle Union ship. She also increases. Here's the other thing. She also increases the firepower of any Eagle Union ships in the other ship, in the other fleet, main fleet. So she increases New Jersey, right? You could also be using Georgia over there, who is a very strong ship. So these are the synergies between factions that I think most people think about, but don't really consider once you start stacking them all, right? Once you really start stacking your faction buffs, you get a lot of exorbitant buffs. IJN is very good at this in individual fleets. The Eagle Union is quite good at several fleets. Now that I'm sitting here looking at this, because they have so many ships that buff other fleets in another faction. HMS is also pretty good at this as well. Most of the ships are, but I'm just talking about the ships that you have. As an example, I think you have her unlocked, or have the ability to unlock her? Yeah, you have Georgia down here. So that's another example of another battleship that you could be using with New Jersey to further benefit from the buffs. Now, is it going to be as much damage as just Musashi on her own? Probably not. But we're talking about synergies here. We're talking about getting as much synergy as possible to sort of collectively bring the damage up. That's the way you want to go about it. But we're mostly talking about the carrier point in this. So that's just my 2 cents on that, basically. But I've talked that topic to death at this point, so I think that is where I'm going to call this account review and account assistance. Because, yeah, most of what you're doing is fine. There's really nothing wrong with what you're doing, and yeah, you got it all figured out. So not really much help I can really provide other than what I've already suggested. So with that in mind, that's going to be the end of this account review. If you enjoyed this account review, if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider coming on over to twitch.tv/AgitoLive, and following me over there, and maybe, dropping a subscribe over there. That'd be really fantastic. And with that, I will see you guys next time.